All right, so today we're going to learn how to remove our weavings from our loom boards. So the first thing that you're going to see that I'm going to do is count the number of warp strings to see whether it's an even number or an odd. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So since this particular weaving ends with an odd number, it changes the way we're going to start removing it from the board. Second thing you're going to notice that I've done already is I've pushed the weaving up approximately 2 inches from the bottom of the board and pushed it down approximately 2 inches from the top of the board so that we can see these warp strings on both sides. Okay, so that's going to help us out with removal. So the first thing, since we've got an odd number, is we're going to take 3 strings instead of 2, and we're going to cut all 3, and you're going to notice I cut them as close to the edge of the board where the teeth are as possible, not close to the weaving itself. So I'm going to hold those 3, I'm going to take 2 strings in one hand, 1 in the other, and I'm going to do a basic square knot, tying it once, tying it twice to secure it. And so I basically was tying the 3 together, but holding 2 in one hand, 1 in the other, and pretending like I was just tying 2. So the remainder of this side is going to be done in 2s or pairs. So cut 2 close to the edge of the board, then I'm going to tie them once, and I'm going to tie them a second time. All right, so we can see now that the top has been completely removed from the board, but the bottom strings are still there. So we want to be cautious of that, and we want to kind of keep those in place. And we're going to begin on the bottom of the board now, and we're going to begin the same way we did on the top, cutting 3 to begin with, since we ended with an odd number of warp strings. Okay, at this point, both sides are removed from the board, so now I can completely take the weaving off. And the first thing I'm going to do with the board is rip off the paper and the excess tape to clean that off. Boards can be reused most likely, so we're just going to take off any of these leftover strings between the teeth, clean it up, and then the board is going to go right back into the very same storage place we've been using for the whole quarter. Now we have just our finished weaving to work with, and we're going to do the craftsmanship cleanup part. So what we're going to do is take off any of these side strings that we don't need anymore, and we're going to cut them right up to the edge. And you're going to notice I'm not doing this tying any knots, and some students get scared about that, but they are decorative weavings for display, so we shouldn't have to worry about things coming undone. We are going to get it turned in. So in order to turn it in, we're going to put a piece of masking tape gently and use a Sharpie marker to write my name and hour on it, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my grading on myself, and after my grading piece is done, then I can turn it in.